What's up, guys? It's Mike Thurston here. I'm in the middle of Richmond Park right now in London. It's a beautiful day. I thought I'd put this little video together for you. It's a little bit something different, but some of you might know I've just come back from my trip to Portugal, which I go there every single year with my family, relax, unwind, and I take a lot of time just to think about everything, really. And since I go there every year, I often look back at the previous 12 months to me being there last, and I can't help but think how much I've progressed and grown as an individual. I feel like I've done more in the past 12 months than I've done over the past 5 years. And it's something I want to share with you. My journey over the past 12 months, which I think could potentially help you guys out and give you a bit of, I don't know, whether it's motivation, clarifications, what you guys want to do. But I'm going to set the scene. From 1 year ago to this point today, I was based up in Newcastle, which is the north of England. I had my own gym. I had my own company. It was a health and fitness company called Aurora Athletic. And I was in a partnership with an old friend of mine, and what I was doing, I was spending a large chunk of my day training clients. Sometimes it'd be 6 hours a day, 7 hours, 8 hours a day. I was spending a hell of a lot of my time coaching clients, trying to grow a business, not really knowing where I was going, and I was stuck in a partnership which wasn't working out. Okay, so it was almost being like stuck in an unhappy marriage. I was trapped, and I was unhappy. A hell of a lot unhappier than I am today. Today I'm very happy. I wasn't happy at that point in time because I knew I was capable of more, and I was frustrated at the lack of progress which was occurring in many areas of my life. And one of the main things which I wanted more of was just, for the amount of work I was doing, I felt like I should have been earning more money. And the work I was doing, it was okay, but I felt like there was a lot of things I was doing which I wasn't enjoying, and I would have liked to have had more choice of doing the things or doing more of the things which I enjoyed doing. So that was the situation. Financially, I was doing okay. I was doing all right. Business was okay. I wasn't exactly struggling for money, but it would have been nice to have more. I had lots of clients. I had lots of friends up there, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied, and I knew that in 12 months' time I'd be doing exactly the same thing, charging the same amount of money, training the same clients, doing the same thing day after day after day. And I wasn't happy. And that was when I had to come to make the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life, and that was to leave my company, to leave the city which I'd lived in for 8 years, to leave my friends, and to do something completely different. So I left Newcastle, I left my company. It was extremely difficult. I felt like I was taking a step backwards. I actually moved back down to Leeds to stay with my dad, to basically just get my head together and to start from fresh. To pretty much start, I had nothing. The only thing that I had was, I had my existing sponsorship with the HP Labs and an Instagram following. That was pretty much it. I guess I had my reputation as well, but I didn't feel like I had much of a rep back then compared to what I do now. So what I did first thing first was to set up a website to advertise the services which I was going to advertise: online coaching, customized programs, etc. So I built a website. The only issue then was I needed to create demand, and I didn't have any demand. I had very minimal demand, and obviously what I needed to do was to create demand. In order to create demand, you have to basically show the world that you know what you're talking about, that you are a good coach, that you are good enough for people to part with their money, their hard-earned money. And one of the best ways to get that knowledge across, for me, I realized it wasn't going to be Instagram, it wasn't going to be Twitter, it wasn't going to be Facebook. It wasn't working for me. I didn't like sitting there writing loads of text. It wasn't my thing. So I knew that the best platform for me to express myself was YouTube. The only problem was I was shit scared of being in front of the camera. Every time a camera went in front of my face, I'd be like, I would just turn into this mumbling, stuttering version of myself, which I'd never even seen before. Back years ago, when I tried to kind of step on the whole YouTube thing, I was just so afraid of the camera, I would just put it off. I'd be like, no, not doing any videos. And I was, basically, I'd thrown myself in this situation. I'd left everything, left all my clients. I had no revenue coming through apart from, like I said, the sponsorships. So I was in a desperate situation where I needed to generate income. So I was forced to start creating content. I was forced to get better at standing in front of the camera and presenting myself. And it wasn't easy. It took a hell of a lot of practice. It still is taking practice. I'm getting better every day. But I had to force myself to stand in front of the camera and talk to it every single day to get better and better and better at presenting myself. And lo and behold, guess what started happening? I started creating content, and the content was good. It was informative. People were watching my videos and they were like, you know what? This guy seems to know what he's doing. He seems to know what he's talking about. And he seems like an alright guy. You know, he's not like a douche like the majority of the people in the fitness industry. So I want to work with this guy. And I continue to be consistent with this content creation. And from the point in January, start of this year, to this point now, I've almost grown my channel by 200,000 subscribers, which is something I knew I had within me. I knew I had the capability to do it, but I was just put off by that one little weakness or fear within me, which was being afraid of the camera. And here I am, 9 months later, from when I left my company, when I left everything, and I'm so much happier and so much more content with what it is that I'm doing. I'm financially so much better off. You know, I've quadrupled my income at least. I'm doing more work which I enjoy doing. I'm working with people who I want to work with. I actually have more time and more flexibility to choose when it is that I work. Don't get me wrong, I still work hard, but I choose when I work. I take time off when I want to take time off. I've grown my YouTube channel from something which was non-existent a year ago, and within 9 months, it's now 205,000 subscribers or whatever it is. The revenue alone is paying for the rent down here. You know, it's not cheap in London. YouTube pays my rent and more. And the amount of traffic to my website and interest generated from those views on YouTube has led to this incredible situation where I can no longer take on any more online clients. The demand is that high. Even after I've put my prices up, there's a waiting list. And I've done that without any advertising whatsoever. If you look back at my Instagram posts or YouTube videos, try and find a point where I've tried to sell my services to you. I don't. All I do is try and help you guys out. I don't charge anything for it. If you want to work with me badly enough, you're going to go onto my website, you're going to get in touch with me. And that's something that's happened. It's something I wanted all along. I want people to be queuing up, knocking on my door saying, Mike, I want to work with you. But I didn't want to have to sell my soul in the process or pay loads of money for Facebook ads or whatever it is it might be. I don't do any advertising or anything like that, and the demand is what it is. So I'm incredibly happy for that. I'm at the point now I get sponsors knocking on my door wanting to work with me because of the views that I'm getting on YouTube. Okay, I'm in a great situation. I'm so happy with how I've progressed. Now the whole point of this video is not for you guys to sit there and to listen to me brag about what I've done over the past 12 months. No, it's to try and inspire you and to get you up off your ass and to help motivate you to make those difficult decisions in order for you to get to a certain position where you want to be, where we all want to be. Everyone should be striving for progression and being happy at the end of the day. And I find that making progress is one of the things that makes me happy. And more often than not, there is something, it's often something small, well, maybe not small, but there's one thing that holds you back from making a hell of a lot of progress. And I know that that thing for me was my confidence being in front of the camera. Okay, I wasn't confident in front of the camera. I would do anything to avoid having to be on it, which meant I was not creating any YouTube videos. And I knew at the back of my head that creating YouTube videos was going to be one of the biggest keys for me to take my career to the next level and to bring in all of this demand for my services, to make more money, to be happy, you know, doing what it is that I wanted to be doing more of. And you need to look at your life, assess what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and if you do have a number of weaknesses, you either have to employ someone to take care of that for you, or you need to work upon them. For me, I can't employ someone to do the talking for me or to create the videos. It was something which I had to work upon myself, and it's something I did, and it's something that's worked out very well for me. It might not be obvious to you guys what it is that is holding you back from making that big leap of progression in your career, relationship, whatever it might be, but you have to sit down and really think about it. Because believe me, once you find out what it is and once you work upon it, you will see progress, you will reach your goals, and you're going to be a hell of a lot happier in doing so. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I know it's a little bit different, but I just wanted to share that story with you and to hopefully inspire or motivate you in some way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.